What's going on, Pelicans fans? This another night on the Baddest Sports Show podcast in the Deep South. I'm your host, EJ504, and tonight the Pelicans have the Utah Jazz. They are going on the second game of a back-to-back after a great night last night against the Brooklyn Nets. It was well played, well team played basketball. Looked very good. So now the Pelicans is just trying to go ahead and get this keep their streak going on 3 games and get it to 4 and beat this this Minnesota Timberwolves basketball team. If you guys are, of course, we always put the link in the chat. If you guys are willing to join in, it is right in the chat, right there for you to come on and hop on in. But man, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Watching these Pelicans lately, there's a lot to get excited about. They're winning quietly, which is a good thing. The more it seems like the more the Pelicans get into the spotlight, and get bright lights on them, or they get on national TV, or they get into any big team coming to town or something like that. It seems like they don't know how to show up for the big game. So the more the national media and the more everyone has been sleeping on this team, I guess the more better they've been playing. Now, with me saying that, that can always go away if we go ahead and come out tonight flat. But I like the underdog mentality. I'm just that type of guy. I've always liked teams like the Pelicans and the Saints having that underdog type mindset on them. And too much pressure and limelight brings too much pressure to a team. So hey, let them fly under the radar. Right now, that under the radar right now has kept the Pelicans right now in the top 6 in the Western Conference. They moved as the 6th seed in the Western Conference. If they can keep winning, winning tonight, and then they're gonna have the Clippers soon coming home, coming to the Pelicans house. Oh man, I mean the Pelicans have a chance to move almost into that top 5, top 4. They just got to keep it going though. They have to keep it going. I was so glad to see last night that Willie Green was able to work in a little bit of some Jordan Hawkins minutes. He does not belong in the G League. He deserves those minutes. Like I said, he came into the season where CJ McCollum and Jose Alvarado wasn't healthy, and he filled those minutes pretty well in the beginning of the season. So being able to go ahead and plug him in now and let him get his feet up wet again out there, and it's been so long for him. Hey, I'm here for it. I'm here for some Jordan Hawkins minutes, man. So it was so good to see him out there last night. But more than all that, though, we need to start talking more about Brandon Ingram. Brandon freaking Ingram, man. This guy here, he's starting to look like playoff Brandon Ingram right now. I mean, he is off to a great start right now in this short NBA season so far. December was amazing. He put up really great numbers in December, but man, he's looking really good. He looks real comfortable out there. He looks like the leader of this basketball team right now, and I'm perfectly fine with that. Let Brandon Ingram go to work. Give him the damn ball. I look. The NBA has slept on Brandon Ingram for too long. Let this guy go to work. He has shown when he is the guy, and the Pelicans play to where he is the guy. He shows out. He balls out. Give him the ball and get the hell out of the way, and not to go ahead and throw away Zion or anything like that. Zion is still doing great things. He's being consistent right now. Ain't nothing spectacular, but he's doing his job right now. He's been healthy all season. He only missed one game this season due to injury. Brandon Ingram only missed 3 games due to injury. So this team is as far as injury wise, we're all healthy and everything so far, and we're praying, like I said, to continue that throughout the rest of the season and everything. But no hiccups on that end or anything like that. So I'm proud of that aspect of Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram to stay healthy, and they're showing up in these games. CJ McCollum is another guy that needs to be talked about. CJ McCollum, like I said, I think a lot of you Pelicans fans need to go ahead and apologize to CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum, and I feel like he heard you guys. He is performing, man. He's doing what he's supposed to do, being that veteran guy, being that leader that you need in a locker room. What's up? Good to see you in the chat. Go Pelicans, yes sir. But yeah, man, we need to give CJ more credit, man. Like CJ McCollum is being a damn good leader, man, on this basketball team, man. He's running at the point guard role really well. He's hitting shots when he needs them. I love that little mid-range shot that he had at the end of the shot clock last night. I mean, CJ is like On said right now, CJ is that dude. Yes, sir. Like I said though, tonight, all that can go away. We look good. We're on a 3-game win streak, but all that can go away tonight against these Minnesota Timberwolves. Timberwolves are a really good basketball team so far this season. They are top of the Western Conference right now. So this is a good measuring stick game. The Timberwolves do play the Pelicans very hard. So I expect the Pelicans to come out tonight and handle their business. I know it's a back-to-back, but you got to go ahead and win these games, man. You got to go ahead and get the games that matter at the end of the day. This is a Western Conference team. So you never know if it comes down to it, if the Timberwolves come on a losing streak or something like that, and or we go on a losing streak or something like that, and we find and we end up needing these games. This could matter for home field advantage, or we're talking about playing tournament spots, or being the difference between being in the playing tournament and the difference between being in the actual playoffs. On said we are looking like a complete team now that everybody is healthy. Larry Nance is the X factor. He's playing very well. Can't forget about Jose. Yes, sir. I totally agree with that. Larry Nance has looked great. He looks really good with being healthy. Like like I've always said about Larry Nance. Larry Nance just needs to be healthy, man. If we can keep him in the damn lineup, he's gonna give you everything he's got on the court. I've never had a problem with Larry Nance Jr. Larry Nance is that hustle type guy. He's grabbing all the rebounds. He's hustling on defense. He's making sure that guys are taking tough shots at the rim. So Larry Nance, you can tell how much we've missed this guy so far this season. And of course, we can't forget to talk about Jose Alvarado. Jose Alvarado is our hustler. That man there is it gives point guards hell. He gave LeBron hell a couple of nights ago. Like this guy is a menace on defense. And he just brings the energy. He brings the energy, man. You love to see in the Smoothie King Center, everybody's getting routed up because he's a crowd favorite, man. I mean, he fits the city of New Orleans, man. He's a blue collar player, and he just fits us, man. He's what you like to see, man. A great. He's gonna be a great in this league, man. I remember I said that. Also said Pelicans are looking really great right now. The style of play is different. It looks like Borega's style is being implemented a lot more. I agree with that. I'm gonna say this though too. Borega's offense. I don't even think the problem so far this season with the Pelicans has been their offense. I think since Borrego has been here from the beginning of the season, offenses look great. we can score on any team. Now, we did hit a couple of hiccups in a couple of these games. Now, particularly the Lakers game, the Memphis Grizzlies game, games where we were getting in close seconds, and we'll sit there and we act like we don't have an offense, and we act like we don't know who we're giving it to in the last seconds or who to play through. But I've never had too much of a problem or nothing to say really about the style of the offense. Borrego's offense is effective. We can score on anyone in the league. Like I said, we need to continue to work on in the last seconds of games, closing games better offensively, finding out, are we going to give it to Brandon Ingram? Are we going to give it to Zion Williamson? Are we going to give it to CJ? Are we going to give it to Trey Murphy? Like who's going to be that guy in the last seconds that you trust with the ball in their hands? But my biggest thing was defensively for the Pelicans. I've loved to see during these past 3 games in this win streak the defensive improvement, and that's because of large part of Larry Nance Jr. You notice when as soon as he came back into the line, I mean, he's healthy to go. You can see how much he plays an effect on the game. Defensively, we are now battering shots at the rim. We're now getting more rebounds, more than what we were doing when he was out of the lineup. And even with him being out on the court, it brings out more energy for guys like Jose Alvarado. Jose, he's been healthy for a good while this season. But these past couple of games, you can start to see now his impact is on more now, because you see the impact of guys like Larry Nance. When you got guys like Larry Nance, when you got guys like Herb Jones, when you got guys like that can affect the game like that, it makes it easier. And let me mention Najee Marshall too. When you got guys like Najee Marshall, it makes the game easier for guys like Jose Alvarado. He doesn't feel like he has to do it all, do too much. So that's what I'm loving to see right now. I think it's been a tremendous what you're seeing in these past 3 games from these Pelicans is that the biggest difference is defensive play. Like I said, offense, we can score on anybody, and like I said, we need to go ahead and work a lot more still, especially when we get closer to these playoffs, on who's going to be the guy in a close last seconds. Who's going to be the guy that's going to have the ball and is going to go ahead and score to win? Because that's what you're going to need in the playoffs. They're going to be close games. Who's going to do it for you? But defensively, I need to see this more. I want to see more defense. I want to see this team have untap their potential on the defensive side of the ball, because at the end of the day, I don't care what people say about offense and how the NBA has changed and they love scoring and everything like that. But you win basketball games or in any sport, you win games by the play of your defense. You got to stop somebody when it comes to a crucial game, So that's what I want to see more of tonight. I want to see the Pelicans give Karl Anthony Towns some trouble. I want to see and then make sure that they give Anthony Edwards some problem over there. Don't let these 2 guys go ahead and get in their groove. Watch out for Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert is sneaky. And watch him around the rim and the way he plays Zion around the rim. They kind of play him like how Jaren Jackson Jr., I call it the little scary play, the way Jaren Jackson Jr. plays on Zion Williamson. He'll hide and act like he's playing the center, and as soon as when Zion Williamson cuts to the basket, then comes a flying Jaren Jackson Jr. to go try to block him, instead of trying to guard him one-on-one. That's what you're going to see from Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert is going to do kind of that same thing to try to go ahead and stop someone like a Zion Williamson at the rim. I see Nas in the background. It's good to see you in the background, Nas. What's going on, man? What you looking forward to tonight, man? I know it's been a while too to see in the Pels podcast, but what you looking forward to tonight against these Minnesota Timberwolves, and what you've been loving to see out of these Pelicans in this 3-game win streak?
Keep the hot hands going. Anytime anybody on the court is getting hot, you got Jose getting hot, you got CJ getting hot, you got Bi getting hot, you got Zion getting hot, you got Valanciunas getting hot, even the depth players. You
Mm-hmm.
got Marshall getting hot.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime you take out, it's just like in every sport. When you take out the hot hands in a game, that causes problems. That's on
Right.
coaching.
Right.
That's been a problem this season.
Yeah.
Taking out the hot hands. Willie Green got to do better.
Yeah.
I'm like, I love him. I'm like, he's been doing good at making sure drives go good. But the problem is you take the hot hands out in the wrong moments. You
Yeah.
don't take you never take the hot hands out in the middle of a game because next thing you know, you're killing and disrupting momentum in order to be able to win games. And then
Right.
wonder why you in a sinkhole in a dogfight just to have to get a win off a team.
Right.
Keep the hot hands on the court. You
Right.
got Zion, what, 22 points a game, 6 rebounds, 5 assists a game, 58%
Sure.
from the field goal. When Zion's hot, don't stop.
Yeah.
You don't stop.
Yeah, hey, that's a great point, Nas. I know a lot of fans out there has been questioning Willie Green's
Zion. Will Green coaching decision making.
yeah, his decision making as of late. I think these past 3 games though, um he's been doing well. I think more than anything is and like I said, we're gonna see it again. Well, it's gonna happen again when we play really good teams like tonight. When we play these Timberwolves, we might find ourselves in a situation where we might be playing in the last seconds against the team. Like I need to see Willie Green go ahead and know how to coach in situations. Put your best players in the right situations. I loved when and I don't want to be wrong here. But I love when I'm not even gonna say the game because I can't even remember which game it was. But I loved when Willie Green put Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram in a pick and roll situation and had Trey Murphy wide open. Trey Murphy was shooting bad all game. And because the team was so worried about Zion Williamson cutting to the basket or Brandon Ingram getting him a mid-range shot, it puts teams in a bind and you get a wide open shot from Trey Murphy. And I want to see more things like that from Willie Green. Like that's a great example of him coaching well. I just want to see more of that type stuff. Onk said Willie has been coaching a lot better, and I agree with that. I agree with that as well. He also said, I want to see what he does tonight against Minnesota. That win against the Lakers was critical to me. Yeah, that was a pretty big win against the Lakers. You want your get back. And he said, yes, the pick and roll with Trey. Herb is also shooting a lot better. Hey,
Mhm.
I'm gonna make this point about Herbert Jones. Offensively, I don't think a lot of us give him enough credit about the way he's improving offensively, man. A lot of us we've talked about his defense and his hustle, and that's great and everything. But a lot of teams don't pay attention to him or what he can do offensively. And
Underrated.
I love the fact that he's been able to work in the gym, improve on his shot a lot better. And when teams are looking for you to go ahead and score, you get left open a lot. So when you
Mhm.
get left open, hopefully you hit these shots. And as of late, Herb Jones has been hitting these shots, man. I want to see more of that from Herb. Now I'm not by no means saying Herb Jones is a 3-point shooter. Now I'm not saying that, but I am saying Herbert Jones. Watch out for him offensively. When he gets
Mhm.
open, I love him that he's not just taking the threes just because they're open. I would like to see him cut more to the basket because he's more dangerous that way at the basket. But I
Mhm.
like what I'm seeing for Herbert Jones. Nas,
I want to see
what about
Herbert
you?
at the same time get that mid range going because you give a Herb Jones a mid range game, ball game.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
gonna be ball game. He'll be
yeah,
hard to stop.
yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, I would really like to see that too from him. Develop a mid range game. I don't know if he'll ever do it though, but more than
He has
anything,
no choice.
yeah,
He has no choice. You see what happened with Jay Morant?
Yeah.
He had to develop a mid-range game, and he's a point guard himself.
Yeah.
When you whether you a point guard or a two guard, you have to have the ability to shoot the mid-range.
Yeah.
Anytime you can't shoot a mid-range and all you know is 3-point game or cut to the basket, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Because guess what? A one and two trick pony.
What
Teams
a
already
good
know what you're gonna do.
what a good thing about Herb though is he doesn't have to worry too much about scoring. When
Mm-hmm.
you got guys like Brandon Ingram, when you got CJ McCollum, Zion Williamson, and you got Trey Murphy, like
Jose.
he should not be worried. I mean, his first mind should not be worried about scoring. Only when he's wide open or in these situations where it's like, okay, maybe my help is struggling and they need a spark. That's when you come in and score.
Yeah.
But I do want to kind of talk about too the play of Jonas Valanciunas, the big man and the middle man. We got to continue to give this man a lot more credit. He shows up night in and night out. I can't remember the last time I didn't see Jonas miss a game. Jonas is always out there hustling and playing very hard. But with me bringing him up, I'm hearing rumors. I'm still hearing rumors about like fans are thinking about trying to make a trade now. Okay, that's fine. You can make a trade, get a Jaron Allen or get a Nick Claxton, but um, you know,
The
make a
draft
trade, make a
pick
trade, make it.
value.
Yeah, you got to go ahead and make a trade where you giving up draft pick or you're going to give up Kyra Lewis or something like that.
So we don't want
Don't
to give up too much just to
I'm
get somebody else outside Jonas Valanciunas. If they
right,
ask for too much, nope, screw the
right.
deal. Nope,
I'm
we
I'm
keeping him.
I'm not trying to get rid of Jonas Valanciunas. I would like
Jonas.
to get like a backup center. That would be fine. But as far as getting rid of Jonas, I'm fine with what I have right now.
Mm-hmm. Jonas is our best center we got.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, for
But who
sure.
you got outside him? Like Larry Nance can only hold down so far. He's 6'10", 6'11".
Right. Right.
You got to think about that. 6'10" footers don't really last that long.
You know what's funny about that too, Nas? Other than Jonas, and Cody Zeller doesn't really get much playing time.
Cody's a center and slash power forward. He's a good backup
Yeah.
because he's a former starter.
But the thing about that is, outside of them two, the Pelicans are really
Stacked.
like they're small. They don't really have centers like that. They don't have guys that are too tall or too big like that can play center. Like you don't want Zion playing in the doggone center. You don't want Brandon Ingram going down there and nothing like that. So
Playing power
that
forward in
just
center.
shows how much Jonas means to the team and how much he
Yep.
matters.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that he stays healthy throughout the season is, like I said, that's a plus. I can just
7'1" monster.
yeah, I can only imagine if he goes down, then we're gonna have to play a lot more small ball, with
Yep.
him out.
That puts a lot of pressure on Cody.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I liked what I saw from Cody last night. Cody last night got him a little buckets. We was up big, and it was good to get minutes from people like him out there. Definitely, and get some minutes. Now let me bring up Kyra Lewis, man, and I just brought him up in the trade talks. Um, I know some Pelicans fans are probably like, man, I don't know, EJ, like maybe not get rid of Kyra Lewis, but he's not getting playing time. I've waited. And this is probably like his third or fourth season, so I've been waiting for a good minute to see Kyra Lewis
6'6",
go
yeah.
crazy.
6'6", and you're not using him.
Yeah,
6'6",
it,
6'6" point guard.
but the
Yeah, think
thing
about it.
is with Kyra hasn't developed no 3-point shot, and he's got great speed. He can get to the basket on anybody.
Slasher in the mid range game, but no 3-point.
Right, exactly. And
In
with
today's
him being
hoops,
a point guard, I would like to see him pass a lot more too. And it's just not as efficient as I wanted to see. So I think the Pelicans could get value off of him. What you think?
They can, because he's young. Think about that. He's young. He's got the talent. He's got the potential to be. Reminds me of Michael Carter Williams. Remember when he first came
Oh,
out?
yes, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that's a
Think about
good,
that.
good
A
comparison.
6'6" guard,
Yeah,
pass first.
yeah,
But the thing to it is, Kyron is more of a mid-range and slasher specialist type of point guard slash two guard.
yeah,
He's not. He does not. I'll put it to it like this. He has the height, but the problem is, like you said, not only is he not getting playing time, he's not utilizing himself
yeah,
to play to his potential. He's not using his edge potential ability
yeah.
to be a 3-point specialist point guard because in today's league, you got to shoot the
You
three.
gotta shoot exactly.
You got to shoot the three in today's league,
Yeah,
especially being a 3-point league.
for
You ain't
sure,
got a 3-point shot lead, 3-point shot in this league, you ain't going to make it.
for
You're just
sure.
not going to make it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm saying with Kyra Lewis, I still believe in him. His ceiling's high,
Mhm.
very brilliant.
I
I'm
think
saying
yeah,
you
his career is not over by no means. He's gonna be with a, whether it be with us or not. He's gonna have a good long NBA career. I just think
mm-hmm.
for the Pelicans, it's just not fitting with us right now.
Cause you got all the talent. You got Jose. You got to get the minutes to him.
Right.
Then you got
Jordan Hawkins, you got
Hawkins got put to the G League. I saw that.
yeah, he's back now. He got back in there last night. They called him back from the G League and everything like that. I think more than anything, and why they did that to him is because they want to see him play defense, and I hate that they challenging him like that because
Because he's a rookie.
yeah, he's a rookie
I'm
and
like, he's a rookie. He's not a vet.
right. Also, they didn't draft him to play defense though, too.
He
You know,
drafted him to play offense. You can't
right,
make a player play to
right,
what they not very suitable best at. You play in basketball. You play a play. It's similar to football. You don't put a player in a situation where they not meant to be suit placed at. You let
yeah.
them play at they at best strength and roll to the best of their ability they can
Oh
go
yeah.
to. Right?
That's
Jordan
like,
Hawkins,
and I
three
hate to
point
bring up
game
this
and mid
point.
range.
I hate to bring up this point, but this is a prime example. That's like the Saints drafting offensive lineman, like Andrews Pete, and moving him. He was always a tackle, and they had him at a guard. All
Exactly, because
his,
he was versatile.
that's just bad. Bad coaching. You can't sit
Bad
there and
coaching.
taking something that a person has done all their life, and then when they get to the league, decide to change them. You can't do that to them. And you got some cases where it'll work and everything like that. But I think for
To
more in
extents.
Jordan Hawkins' case, let the kid shoot. Let him go
Let,
ahead.
let him be a shooter. Let him stay what he's best at.
Right,
Let him be a ball handler, a scorer, and a facilitator. Let him
right,
be a passer. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Just let him play his let him play his best game.
right.
It's just like they say best. Stick to what you do. Stick to what you're best at.
Right. Trey Murphy needs some help in 3-point land. CJ McCollum needs some more help. We needed some help, like I said, more shooters out there and
Mm-hmm.
everything. Let him go ahead and do that. Let him go ahead and get his shot up.
Because CJ, Trey, and Bi only gonna go so far. Them three out of
Right,
the four are only gonna go so far because you only got four scores.
right,
When you only got four scores, that's not good.
right.
That's why we have Jose out there developing him into being a 3-point specialist guard, not
Yeah,
just defense.
yeah.
We're not getting you out there just to be a defensive pest. We over here, we want you to be a basically. I'll give you a prime example. It's like Nate Robinson, like when he was in New York
Oh yeah,
and
oh yeah.
all the way to Boston and all that. What strength did they utilize him to? A 3-point specialist, pass first point guard.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they utilize him. Shoot
Mm-hmm.
the three, pass the ball, mid range game, and score the ball. Basically, an all in one, but mostly your utmost best role: shoot the three, pass the ball, and facilitate, and that's it.
Right,
Just facilitate the whole court. You get everybody the ball.
Right.
Get everybody the ball,
Try
just
not
score mid-range and 3-point.
to make it so complicated. Like I said, I could understand Willie for a moment there. Willie was just trying to go ahead and really figure out a way, because I know when Trey Murphy came back into the line, he came healthy and everything. It was gonna be harder to find minutes for Jordan Hawkins and work him in there. But now, now that you see, with Trey Murphy plugged up in there, and how it kind of looks and everything, give him more minutes. If I'm Willie Green, let him get as much
Let
run as
Trey
he
get hot.
you
Just
know
like I was saying earlier, let him get hot. If Trey starts to get hot, let him get hot.
yeah, yeah,
Because his best ability is shoot the three and that mid-range game in the post-up.
right,
The thing to it is, only couple things he just got to work on is his close-up game and defense. That's all he
yeah,
got to work on.
yeah,
Defense has been a little. I'm like, he's good. He just gotta give him a little bit. He work on his defense a little bit more, and his close up shot game a bit more,
right,
all in one. Balance it out in reps where you're gonna play defense and you're gonna play close shot offense. You know what I'm saying? You work on that, voila, he'll be a complete player.
right.
But Trey Murphy's in what his second, third year.
Yeah, this is like his third year now for
Yeah,
Trey.
third year. You know what I'm saying? He's still you give players till in the NBA like year 3, year 4.
Mm-hmm.
Once you give them till year 4, that's when they fully develop.
Mm-hmm.
But some cases vary. Year 3, they instantly get on it. But the ones that's in year 3, like Trey Murphy, that means they on that closing up. They're closing up to be on the cusp of being fully developed at what they should be working on, and
Right.
voila, they're the complete players.
Yeah. Look, Trey is on the cusp of, if he keeps on the pace that he's going, he could be definitely a star in this league, man. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
he's definitely one of those rising stars, man. Now he's hurt right now. He's not gonna be playing tonight. He's out again. He's been out for a couple of games, working through some stuff. But when he gets back healthy, that man there. Look, I'm just telling y'all, man. And
He's
he's
gonna
never
heat up.
out of the game. Whether he's out, I mean, whether he's not shooting it well from the 3-point line, he affects the game in many more ways than just shooting.
He's a
He can
facilitator,
score at the basket. He's so lengthy, he's so tall,
and
So
he can facilitate too for a
right,
power forward.
yes,
Not a lot of power forwards can do that.
right. He can pass the ball, and I like what I see from defense too. He's long enough. He knows that he can go ahead and defend. He uses his height to his advantage. So I
And
love what I'm seeing from Trey Murphy. Trey Murphy is developing so well, man. It was so good. It's so good to see him back healthy, man. I was so scared at the beginning of the season, when he tore his little meniscus and everything. But he looks good, man. He looks as advertised as we've been. That was a great pickup for us, man.
just
So
got to keep him healthy.
tonight,
Just got to keep him healthy.
yeah. So
That's the thing.
and
Got to
really
keep him
all
healthy.
of them. We just got to keep all of them healthy, man. Like
Yep.
I said, just get through this season unhinged. Make sure we go ahead
Majority of the
and
time.
get in these playoffs with at least most of this roster healthy, and we'll be fine, man. But
Mm-hmm.
like I said, now tonight, playing this Minnesota Timberwolves basketball team, like I said, they're sitting at the top of this Western Conference, which I didn't see that coming. I mean, I seen the Timberwolves definitely being a contender in the Western Conference, as they always are. But the way they've been starting, they started out the season, man, they look really good, man. So this is a good chance for the Pelicans. They won last time, the Pelicans did, against the Timberwolves. But this is a good chance. Once again, you get these type of games where this could be a potential matchup in the playoffs for you. Okay. This could be a potential matchup where you're playing against a really top tier team. So you want to measure yourself. You want to see where you are right now, where it stacks up against the top teams in the NBA. So when Valanciunas goes in there with Gobert, I
That's gonna be
need
a dog fight. Oh, that's
yeah,
gonna be a dog fight.
that's
You got a
definitely gonna be a
7.
dog fight down there. Um,
Gobert ain't Gobert and Jonas the same height. They both 7'1".
well, Jonas is a little shorter than Gobert, but Gobert is definitely over 7 feet.
Yeah,
Um,
he's 7. Yeah, he's 7'1", 7'2".
yeah,
Yeah, 7'2". That's still
he's
gonna
a
be a dog fight.
yeah,
Because
that's gonna
Jonas is
be
7'1".
that yeah, that's gonna be
That's a
something.
dog.
Yeah. But Zion Williamson, um, he's gonna go ahead. It seems like Zion every time he plays Gobert, he's not afraid because he makes most of his best plays against Rudy
He
Gobert.
plays bigger.
Yeah,
It's just like for some reason, every time he play Gobert, he plays a lot bigger. He plays bigger than what he is. Though he's 6'6". Like just imagine if Zion. Imagine
mhm.
if Zion was like a 6'9" power forward doing that, 6'10". Utmost, I'm gonna just say
If Zion
6'10",
had more
6'11".
height on him, man,
Man, 6'10", 6'11",
NBA would
he'd
be
be a
over,
menace.
man.
Yep, he'd be over with. He reminds me of a player that was, if he was like that, he'd be like a better player. But the guy was a bench player. His name was JJ Hickson.
Mm,
JJ Hickson. Remember, JJ was a defensive threat
hmm
and a mid-range scorer, but just didn't have the 3 game.
Right,
That's who he partially reminds me of. Think about that. JJ was 6'9" and could just play defense.
right,
Zion, the same thing. He could play defense, he could score the ball. At the same time, he's doing things at his size to guys bigger than him that he shouldn't be able to do.
right,
You dunking on literally 6'10", 6'11" power forwards,
right,
small forwards, and centers, 6, 7 footers. You're
right.
just like, how in the world is what is this boy
That's that
on?
weight that he has, though, man. He's strong, man. He's even though, um,
280, what is he, 250, 260?
yeah. So with
That's
him,
a
with him
beast.
having on all that weight on him, not a lot of people are gonna stand at that rim and get in his way, man. I'm gonna say this though too on Zion. Defensively, if I had to say anything that I want to see Zion improve on and continue to improve on, now he's gotten better at it. At first, I thought it was gonna be a problem that we were gonna have to discuss more. Is his like his rebounding, because there's no way Zion should not be averaging more than 8 rebounds a game, man. You should be going in there hustling and getting some rebounds. But
It
more than
plays a factor to his height because he's 6'6", and it's
yeah,
like they're gonna play bully ball with him every time. So he gotta, he
yeah.
gotta take what's given. He gotta take the opportunities of what's given. You're
And
six six.
I'm not even trying to talk about like
I know.
offensive rebounds. I'm looking like
Defensive
defensive
rebounds.
rebounds. You
Like
know, like
defensive rebounding, yeah.
yeah,
Defensive rebounding, you got guys like 6'7". You got guys that 6'10", 6'11", and above you like that. Yeah, that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen. He'll have like a couple of three,
yeah,
at least 4 defensive rebounds. But you just got to take when he hit with a guy of his size at his height, being 6'6", but 6'7", 6'7.5" in shoes.
mhm,
You're gonna have that's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. You like it's been cases like Zion 6'6", 6'5", 6'6", 6'7".
mhm.
Look at Paul Millsap. Paul Millsap was 6'5" doing that,
Right. Brian,
and it wasn't
Brian, it's
easy for
good to see
him.
you in the chat, man. It's good to see you, man. Let's go, Pels. Hey, I know you saying they finally getting it together, but look, man, we got to take it a game at a
At a
time. Just
time.
keep taking it as a game at a time, because I'm telling you right now, we can get excited about them, and then they could turn around and do something we don't like. I mean, I'm just
Because
telling
the
you.
NBA is different from the NFL.
Right.
NBA is different from NFL. NFL, you could get on a hot streak, and the next thing you know, boom.
Yeah.
But with the NFL, you could easily catch back on a hot streak. But the
Yeah.
NBA, you got to play more. You're not
Yeah.
playing no 1 week, 2 weeks, 3, 1 to 2,
Yeah.
1 week
The
and 2
more games
weeks.
you stack in the NBA, man, the better. The more
Yep.
the more you stay on a win streak in the NBA, the better it is for you at the end of the day. In the NFL, that applies too, but just not as much as it does.
Cause it's not, cause you
NBA.
get you get more time off.
Right,
You in practice it. You more so in practices than you is games. You in a 1 week, half a week and a half practices. While in the NBA, you get like a few to several days practices.
right.
But mostly few days practices. You got, okay, this game we got 2 3 days off against this team. We got 2 days off here. You get a day off here and there. So it's harder. That's why in the NBA it's harder to prep for games because you got to stay on it like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. It's a quick turnaround rather than in football. You got much more of a
You
better
get more time. You
preparation.
get more time to
Yeah.
it. You get more additional
Like
time to
with this
prepare.
with this back to back tonight, like I said, I'm not gonna use this as an excuse for the Pels. I do
Hmm.
believe that the Pels need to come out tonight and come out fast. Like the Pels sometimes have a trouble with starting games slow and expect to come back and win games. No, you can't do that against good teams, man. You got to start out fast and finish strong with them. And I can't. And before I even kind of get into that point too, like I was mentioning, Zion's rebounding, but I want to see even
Defensive
more
rebounder.
too. Like I don't think, Zion needs to be no lockdown defender. Like he doesn't have to be. But I
Mm,
do want to see him hustle. I wanted to see him to stay in front of guys a lot more. Make guys, think twice before they come in there on you. Sometimes the people look at Zion in the paint, they're like, oh, that's an easy score. Like I don't want Zion to have that mindset, where, I can go hard on offense 100% of the time and then go 50% on defense. Show me some hustle and get
mhm,
down on that court on defense, man. He's been able these past couple of games I've been seeing get a couple of chase down blocks, which is good. That shows that he's
mhm.
hustling. I just need to see more of that.
Defensive rebounding.
Yeah,
With the trick to it was Zion got to work on with being an undersized defensive rebounder is if you got to work on not just jumping to one guy's hip and then just jump out of nowhere.
right, right,
You want to work on that body read coordination on if he's going to rebound here, if he's going to step here, this is where I should step opposite of where he's going. That way I have the advantage over the bigger, taller power forward and center for me to get my defensive rebounds.
right, for
That's
sure,
just the thing. That's just the thing.
for
That's
sure.
just one. That's just one key with Zion.
Yeah,
He's good to great at offensive rebounding. Just defensive rebounding, you just got to work on utilization on counteractively defensive rebounding to get them.
yeah,
It's just like with it's just like in the NFL with TJ Watt being an undersized linebacker where you're a smaller linebacker where you gotta go against bigger, taller offensive line. You gotta learn how to use not just your speed, you gotta use your frame to be able to say, okay, if they're gonna hit me here this way, I gotta attack here the opposite way,
right.
on the opposite direction. That's the best move for Zion.
Yeah,
Zion attack learn how to use his body react coordination on if they're gonna rebound this direction with the right hand, I gotta jump all the way up with my left hand.
right,
Not
right.
get called for no over the reach
That's
type
a hey,
fouls.
that's a good point there. Now it's like, and Brian said too in the chat. He said Pels just got so much young talent. It's crazy, and yet look, we've been knowing this going into the season. That's all Pels fans been wishing for, man. Is that we know the talent that we have.
It's
They
just
just
staying
gotta be.
healthy.
Yes, it's just all
We just
about
gotta
being
stay healthy.
healthy at the end of the day, man. If this team can go ahead and just take it game by game each time and stay healthy, the sky's the limit for this team. Like this team, yeah, can damn well go ahead and go to the Western Conference Finals. They can go to the finals. They can do that. It's
Hmm.
just about putting it all together, and this is the time to do it early in the season. Figuring things out. We're getting close to that, to that All-Star break and everything like that. So stack your wins up now, get on a streak now, so that when it gets close to the end of the season, you're playing your best basketball going into the playoffs. So I like I said, and I kind of want to shout out before we get into prediction time. Um, Brandon Ingram, man, like I said, I mentioned him earlier offensively and how great he's been doing scoring wise, but he's also been hustling on defense, man. I this is the most I ever see him play,
Let
get
him
some
do.
blocks, in his career, man. So it's working now. That's what I'm
Yep.
saying. Like
Just
this
let him.
whole
All you
league,
got to do is easy. Let
right,
him do what he did. Let him do what he did in LA.
right,
Let him play. Let him play big and let him play long. That's
yeah,
all you got to do. You
yeah,
let him play big and you let him play long. Don't get in his way. Voila. He's
yes,
gonna
sir.
be a defensive stopper.
Yes, sir, man. Like I said, they just gotta keep this up, man. They're going like I said, this is gonna be a feisty team tonight. This is gonna be a team that's gonna go ahead and not back down by no means, man. Like I said, the Timberwolves has been playing very well. Mike Conley's been playing very well. Like I said, Anthony Edwards is gonna get his. Rudy Gobert is gonna be a defensive doggone troublemaker, and then Carl Anthony Towns is Carl Anthony Towns, man. So I just want to see this team on a back to back. Go get you
Quiet
a dub.
factor that scares me. Mike Conley.
Yeah, yeah,
Mike Conley is gonna be the factor.
yeah,
Edwards, Gobert, and Cat. You already know what they're gonna do.
yeah,
So you already know how to prepare for them. But Mike Conley, being that savvy, scoring, facilitating vet,
yeah. They
he's the
got
one
to
you
they
got to
got
be
to
able to
get
close out.
themselves a dub, man. In Minnesota,
Because
man, it's gonna be tough.
it's always the quiet guards
Yeah,
that
it's gonna be a
always that
tough
don't get
ride, man.
prepped
It's gonna
for
be
the utmost.
it's
And then
gonna be a
next thing you
good
know,
one.
they playing lights out.
It's gonna be a good one. Nas, it's about that prediction time though. It's 6:56, man. And for all y'all out there, y'all know what time it is, man. We go ahead and we ask for two things from y'all. We ask for MVP and we ask for the final score of the game, man. So Nas, since I have you in the chat, man, it's so good to have you in the chat. Nas, who's that MVP that you think is gonna be tonight, and what's gonna be the final score of the game?
I give it BI MVP this game.
Okay, okay, okay,
And I give it 124 to 117.
okay, okay. I like that. I think I'm gonna. Um, it's easy for me to say Brandon Ingram too. Because as great as he's been playing, I think if it's not him, I think it's
Then
gonna. This could be a really good game for Zion Williamson tonight.
yep, both
I
of them,
would
two
like to see.
back-to-back MVP,
Yeah.
game-winning MVPs.
Yeah, I like I said, it's just something about him. Every time he play Rudy Gobert, man, he gets a little excited, man. So I would like to see him go out tonight. And I think my final score for me, this is gonna be a high scoring game. Because both teams can score very well, man. So I'm going 130. Um, to 123. I think the Pels pull this one out. This is gonna be one of those close games, man. But the Pelicans they have to continue to show that they can win close games because that's what we've been struggling at all season long. On here he said 115, 124 Pels. Oh, man, I like that score from you. So y'all, it's getting close to game time. We 2 minutes away. Going, y'all enjoy the game tonight, Nas. It was so good to have you back in the chat, man. I know it's been a while since we didn't had you in the Pelicans, man, but it's good to see you. Also, we're gonna have the Saints for their final game of the season. We'll see what's gonna happen with the Saints. As far as
I want to
playoffs,
see us embarrass Atlanta for payback.
yeah, it's gonna be a
Payback.
good rematch.
That hurt. That hurt the first time.
Oh
That
yeah,
hurt.
oh
That
yeah.
hurt when we was in their house.
It
Because
hurt for
usually we
sure.
own them.
It
But
hurt
this
for
one,
sure.
they lose in their house. I'll tell you right now. As much as the defense should be fired, I'm like, well, somebody got to go. Oh, I'm like, the Marone, pack your bags. PC, pack your bags. Oh, like, Curry. No. Curry, you stay. You stay.
Yeah,
You, Rizzy,
man.
Evans, you three stay.
Whether we make these playoffs or not, the Saints need to go ahead and get a win because it's the Falcons, man. We at home
Yep.
in the
And on
season
top of that,
on a
what'll
good
be
note.
fun, here's the interesting part. It'll be DA's first winning season as a Saints head coach.
Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah,
gives some form of confidence too of like, hey, at least I got a winning season.
yeah, yeah.
Winning season, we want to get in the playoffs, DA. That's what Saints fans expected.
Right,
They're
we try to get in the
expecting.
playoffs, man. Oh,
I
I'm
was
saying, he said his MVP of the game for the Pelicans will be Brandon Ingram, 26 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. I
ooh.
like some Brandon Ingram numbers right there. Curtis Thomas, good to see you in the chat. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Pels.
I'll give
Um,
BI like 30. I'll give BI a 30 piece. I'll give him like 32, 8 assists, 5 rebounds.
Hey man, look, the way he been playing, I would not be shocked, bro. I would not be shocked tonight. Give him the damn ball and get out the damn way, man. But like I said, sports fans, this is the baddest sports show podcast in the Deep South. I am EJ504. This is Nas. We enjoyed having y'all in the chat, man. Y'all enjoyed the game tonight. Like I said, Sunday we'll be tuned in for the New Orleans Saints final regular season game of the season. Also, y'all like and subscribe on YouTube. And make sure y'all give us a follow on Twitter and give us a like on Facebook. We all up on here, man. I'm gonna give y'all 1, 2, 3. Hoop that on and y'all enjoy this game tonight. So 1, 2, 3. Hoop
Hoop
that.
that.